The big revolution in UI animations is finally here. LottieFiles just introduced something called State Machines. And State Machines allows you to add functionality, logic, user-driven action, and input into your Lottie animations. So no longer are your Lottie animations going to be just fun ways of adding delight, but actual functional elements to create a more personalized experience. Let me show you how you can use State Machines to create these custom user-driven animations inside LottieFiles. So to begin with, inside that plugin, you can access thousands of designs and animations, or you can even convert your current UI animations into Lottie animations using this plugin. Once you are ready, from the top right, there is an option which says Open in Lottie Editor, and that is exactly what we're going to press. Now inside Lottie Creator, this is how the animation will look and pop up here. The cool thing about this animation is now each part of the animation you can create a different segment for based on user interaction. So to do that, you can go to the left here as it says segments, click on segments, already added some segments as you can see. But you can define how long a certain segment lasts. For example, this is the segment where the robot is floating. So I can call it floating. And I can give it a timeline of 0 to 32 seconds or 33 seconds. And that is our floating segment. And it keeps on floating in between this segment, which is really cool. This will be very helpful for later. On the top right, there is a State Machines, which will allow us to animate based on user input or based on interactivity. On the right here, as you can see, there is the interactions and inputs, and you can actually add animation based on tap. Now inside State Machines, there is this little AI button right here. This will bring up our trusty AI assistant. As you can see, I've done a bunch of stuff with the AI assistant already successfully. Let's turn this robot into an interactive animation. Help me build an interactive animation based on my segments. So the robot reacts to my tap or click. I've told the AI what I want from it and what exact kind of animation or interaction I want to build here. As you can see, it has just quickly built something with the AI right here. It's very simple. I will have a manual tutorial linked down in the description in case you want to do all this manually. But for now, let's just play this. As you can see, it's just idle. But if I click or tap on this, woohoo! It reacts, it closes, and it comes back. So it's being able to recognize each part of my animation. If you set up segments for each animation as I had shown you, this will just do rest of it for you. And as you can see, it also explains exactly what it's done. And what I'm impressed by with the AI is that it does not use your workspace data to train its model. They're not using this data to, train their AI or to make their work better. So that's pretty good. There is a more that you can now achieve with Lottie Creator. First of all, it now has support for physics animations. So if I go back into Animate, on the left there's something called a physics simulator, which brings up this little simulator for us. It already detects our animation or UI on screen, and you can actually preview how it works. As you can see, it's falling to the ground like this. So now you can actually create these lifelike physical animations as if something was falling or dropping or moving in a real-time physics. You can increase or decrease gravity. So 1 Gs, you can maybe make it go towards the right with 1 Gs as well. If I preview this, oh, it moves to the right as well. Inside State Machines, you can set so many different kinds of configurations for your interactions. For example, you can add a condition. You can even fire or open up a URL. So if you want the user to press, say, an animation, that animation will then redirect that person to a URL. You even have set input value. So if you want to change, say, a number or something on screen based on the user's interaction, you can do that as well, which is really cool. Also inside the Lottie Creator, you have a lot of different tweening options. That means you can actually edit and fine-tune the animations and interaction. On the left, you will have all these layers inside the main scene, and you can expand these. I can add certain animations to individual keyframes by clicking on the keyframe, right-click, and say Edit Easing. This brings up the easing editor. So you can go in depth with how smooth or fast the animation goes, and you can choose from various presets. So if you're not very sure of what you want, maybe something from material design like the standard material design curve. Furthermore, you also have options inside the State Machines tab. If you go inside interactions and click on this interaction, you can change it from click to something like a pointer up or pointer down or pointer enter. For example, if I say pointer enter, every time I enter my mouse, this animation plays. Also, once you're happy with this animation, exporting this is so much fun. You can choose the name of this file and everything and which file or project folder you want this to export into. You can preview it before, sending it out. Once that is done, you have so many options to choose from on the right. You can download this as an optimized or a normal .lottie file. The .lottie file is what carries all the information like the state machine, etc. So if you use this .lottie file on your website or inside your application, it will preserve all those interactions and everything that you've created. There is also a handoff feature. So you can literally enable the asset CDN and then embed this in your current projects. Yes, you get a complete embeddable link from here. You can even choose the format you like, and you even get embeddable HTML, React, iOS, Android. So it's available for every platform out there. And if you're just creating a basic animation, even GIF, MP4, WebM, everything is available.